back to Ultra for another one. Right, today I'm going to make a landmark statement here. All goes to plan and I get as much done as I need to, then there will be fish moving in this video. We'll unveil the IBC and we'll get them into these new tubs. So without further ado, let me crack on. I've got some plumbing to do on the air source heat pump because I'm relocating it, and I've also then got to sort the waste for the drum out, which we'll go through separately. Let's crack on. Right, so I'm just looking at starting to run the waste now for the Nexus from the drums. Obviously it needs to be open all the time, that tap, and I'm going to have this feeding into a water butt and then from the water butt pumped up into the main drain. I've got to work with what I got. Obviously this wouldn't be the way I'd do it ideally because I want to be going that way, but this is it. I don't want to have to buy new waste, so I've just chopped off here, left myself this tiny bit exposed. I've got another elbow I'll be popping on and then converting it to conventional waste with a nice pressure to waste pipe reducer from Eco Filtration again, because like I said before, there's some wicked bits that might save you some money. So right, let's crack on. There we go. I've reduced the pressure pipe down to waste pipe. I'm now just going to, oh, dropped a bit. I'm going to glue some bits in here, fire off at an angle under that gap, and then that will go straight out to the water butt outside where the wastewater will be drained away and then sent down into the actual sewer pipe itself. So right, let's crack on. There you go. So 45-degree bend off the 90, so reduce the normal waste pipe 1.5 inch, and that's going to fire off out there and outside, which is then we'll be doing the water butt. So let's go out and get that sorted. Right, so here we are doing the waste water butt for the drum to run into. So this pipe has been run the entire length of the garden, so it's about 28 metres I think roughly, and that will be running into the main drain to take the excess water, the dirty water away from the pond system and the drum itself. Dug down about a foot to sink the water butt in, so it's nice and low under the drum, so the gravity always forces it in. So we'll pop that in there. This will then be connected with a bit of flexi tube into a bilge pump, which will then pump the water out and down the drain when the float switch is hit. So I'll show you all that when we do it, but making real good progress now. Just taking some time to dig that out, even though I've had help to dig that out, and then get the pipe run down the side of the garden, plus finish off the plumbing inside. So let's crack on. Blue Peter fashion, cutting out a hole in the polystyrene from the air duct. My DIY homemade air duct. Right, in the spirit of a white Christmas, we have a hole. I will then connect this part of the vent to that hole. The air can now escape through here. Put the rest of it on, and then we'll be looking to go straight out there. So let's get on with it. So hopefully you can hear me over the rains that is lashing it down. I've been in here since about 8:30 this morning. It's now just before 7 at night, and I've got every job done, but we've got a problem which I'll tell you about in a second. But I have done my skullduggery on my own vent for the air source heat pump, and I've got a tiny little draft on the side. I mean, a tiny little draft, but it's chucking it out the side, so that's all really good. Really pleased with that. See how long it lasts. Obviously I'd imagine that I may have to do some redesign in the future. However, at this moment in time, brilliant, very pleased. We have plumbed in this black tube, as I said, goes all the way through the tunnel, it goes all the way up the other end of the garden, and that goes out to the water butt, which is outside, which is the waste that we have plumbed in over there. You can see it. So that's the waste all done. Right, I'll take you outside. I'm going to have a look at the water butt quick, but it is pissing down, so I will not be out there long. Okay, so this is that same drain coming out the Nexus, which obviously connects to the drum. The water butt has been sunk into the floor by about, I don't know, 1.5 to 2 foot, something like that. And then in here, we've got just a dirty water pump with a float switch on it, which will remain plugged in. When that will be connected to here, and then that will go off down to the drain. So it should, in theory, all take care of itself, giving me as little maintenance as possible. However, that said, we'll move on to the problem that I've got, and that may not be the case. Yeah, there we go. Let's get back inside. And the drum motor has stopped play. It's stopped working again. I have already fixed this once. Obviously, not enough. So this is going to stop me moving the fish today, which is an absolute ball ache, but yeah, I can't chuck it in there until this obviously is working, because this is the large part of the system. So frustrating, especially after a long day of getting so far with everything, but there we go. Anyway, I will put a little piece together on this motor again and share it this time, how to pull it apart and how to change it. But yeah, give us a like, give us a subscribe. Thanks for watching, guys, and until next time, I'll catch you soon.